I don't want to believe. I want it to be impossible. But if that's the truth, then we have to accept it. Two years worth of memories. I would never lose something like that. We've been living here for 2 years. Hell no, that's impossible. I mean, I haven't gone to any awesome school events or anything. I've never even... Oh, okay. There we go.
To a what?
I've never gone to a class. And one of the bullets was his notebook. I don't want to believe it, but I know there's evidence that reveals the time that we as students lost. Okay. There we go. Hero, there's something I'd like you to take a look at. This notebook right here.
Huh? Hey, what's my name written on it?
I found it in the locker room on the 2nd floor. If you don't mind, could I take a look inside?
Sure, whatever you want. But I've never seen this notebook before in my life.
What was that? Is something wrong?
It's kinda similar. No, even more than that. What the? This is absolutely my handwriting, without a doubt. But how's this? I don't remember even writing in this thing. No, no way!
It looks like you actually did attend class here at Hope's Peak. But somehow, you forgot all about it.
Lies! It's all one big lie!
I don't want to believe it either. But there's also no explanation for this pocketbook. And whose pocketbook is that? It's mine, and the handwriting inside is also mine. There's no doubt about it. But just like Hiro, I have no memory of ever writing in it.
And the reason for that is the 2 years of missing memories.
After seeing all the evidence, do you have any choice but to acknowledge the truth?
Isn't it just so desperately dark? The mystery's solved, but it's like a goddamn funeral in here. Shit, man, I've never been to a funeral. Hell yes. 2 years of school life. How many moments of blossoming youth have you missed out on? How many fun classes? How many school events? This was your chance to build lasting friendships, right? And on top of that, something tragically sad happened 1 year ago. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Right before everyone's eyes, the world came crashing down. You absorbed all that despair, but then you forgot it all. And once you'd forgotten, you made the choice to subject yourself to this killing game. Oh, and there's one other thing. To be even more precise, the memories you all lost were... Actually, never mind. I'm bored. Explaining stuff is boring.
What?
We are bored of this world! Everyone always talks big, declaring all the great things they'll do. But then they always fizzle out.
Stop dragging me.
The world is just so desperately fucking boring!
The mushrooms is an anime trope that whenever someone gets really depressed, they just start growing on them. I guess because they've stagnated so much that mushrooms have had time to grow on them, since mushrooms take a really long time to grow.
What was the question?
Dahlia asked, what the hell is up with the mushrooms?
Oh! What are you talking about? In a way, I'm jealous of all of you. To give yourself over so completely to such stimulating despair. Yeah, so figure out the rest for yourselves. I'm sick of expositioning all this shit.
I like how you said shit. Figure out what?
Figure out where your memories came apart. That's all the heart of all.
Where our memories come apart. Is she talking about the moment where we must have lost our memories? I can only think of one time. Just after I set foot in the main hall for the first time. And that was... the moment I lost my memories. I can't think of any time other than that day. When I first came to the gates of this school and stepped foot in the main hall, when I was passed out, I was overcome with a strange sensation.
Wow! You still have enough spirit to keep on talking, huh? So I don't know much about the details, but it seems like everyone remembers passing out, right? And your sense of time got all messed up because of the memory loss after that?
Too hot.
I guess it must have been something like that.
After I passed out, I woke up in a classroom with my head on a desk. But wait. Okay, so the memories taking are the school lives in Hope's Peak Academy. But now they're saying the time that the memories were taking was when he fainted. But he fainted when he first came to Hope's Peak Academy.
Yeah.
So I'm missing something because wasn't that the very first time he ever came to Hope's Peak, like he said in the introduction?
They're basically saying that they showed up to Hope's Peak, like they really showed up. Then they passed out, like in quotes, spent the 2 years at Hope's Peak, but they have no memory of that.
Okay.
But instead, 2 whole years gone by.
The reason it felt so short was because our memories of the time in between had been completely removed.
You got it, honey. 2 years of memories, poof, gone. Which means, of course,
When everyone met for the first time, it wasn't actually for the first time. Unaware of this fact, you took the time to introduce yourselves to each other, but by that point, we'd already spent 2 years together at the school. That's what those photos reveal, isn't it?
yeah, that's what they reveal. You were all such close friends. You spent 2 years together, and then you started killing each other. And it was all so you could escape into a world that's already been annihilated. What a terribly tragic tale. Even if you left now, there's nothing you could do to fix it.
You are the one who set things up to be like this.
I love you all so much. What the hell?
What?
Once your school life here began, I thought about you constantly. It's only natural that I would fall in love.
So since I love you guys so much, I'll tell you all about it. All about the idea we came up with as the ultimate despair. Our plan to bring despair to all mankind.
The ultimate despair? All mankind?
Let's go back in time 2 years, okay? Back to when everyone first came to this school. School life during that first year overflowed with hope and happiness. Oh boy, it was just the worst.
That's my second favorite picture.
Everyone was enjoying themselves so much. You were all having the time of your life.
ですが、それも長くは続きませんでした。平和だったのは最初の1年だけ。
But that couldn't last forever, of course. The peacefulness only made it through that first year.
なぜなら、あなた方が入学した1年後に、
But because of that, an event unfolded that hammered a soul-crushing despair into all of humanity.
それが人類史上最大最悪の絶望的事件。
The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The tragedy.
そして平和な日々はあっけなく終わりを告げたのです。
All too soon, the world's days of peace came to a bloody end.
もちろん、この学園も例外ではありません。
And as you can imagine, the school was no exception.
人類史上最大最悪の絶望的事件の影響で、希望が峰学園の生徒たちは、
Oh,
ほぼ
Kime, is
全
that a
滅したの
plot
です。
hole?
Maybe?
The tragedy even made its way here, leading to the extermination. What are you?
何がだい？
What do you mean?
人類史上最大最悪の絶望的事件。そんな事件を起こした超
The most tragic event in human history, and the ultimate despair that caused it.
あなたと戦場無黒の2人だけとは考えられない。
I can't believe it's all because of just you and Moo.
それは組織なの？集団なの？家族なの？
Was it some kind of organization? An angry mob? An incredibly motivated family?
そうだね。答えるとすれば、
You have a point. If I had to describe it, I'd say...
どれでもないよ。なんていうか、もっと観念的なものなんだ。
It was none of those. How can I put it? It was more of an ideological thing. I can...
絶望は伝染するんだよ。それは現象の類とも似ている。
Despair is contagious, you know. It's almost like a natural phenomenon.
誰もが絶望するんだ。
Everyone is capable of it. School chat.
そして今、この世界の全てが絶望。
And now the entire world has fallen into despair.
つまり、絶望を敵
In
に
other words! In other words! If you see despair as the enemy, then your enemy is the world itself! I just don't understand why.
分からせようと思って喋ってないのに。そもそも、
Oh, God damn it,
本題か
Junko.
らそれた話でしかないのだから。
We didn't ask you to try to understand. This was a tangent anyway, unrelated to the ma-
じゃあ、話を元に戻しましょう。
Okay, so let's get back to the story.
壊滅的なダメージを受けた希望が峰学園。そんな中で、
Hope's Peak had taken so
あな
much
たたちだ
damage.
けが生き残り
You
ました。
guys were the only survivor.
希望が峰学園第78期生の
The members of the 78th class of Hope Peak Academy were the only
そうしたらね、そこで面白いこと
And
が
then
起きたんだよ。
something super neat happened.
よく聞いてね。私は大事なことは
Now pay attention, because this is important. I'm only gonna say it once.
いき
Coco was right.
Yay!
So guess what? To protect everyone who had survived, Hope's Peak was transformed into a shelter. That's right. It was transformed into a shelter. Ah, I said it twice. Now, someone was responsible for that transformation, for creating what would eventually become your prison. Do any of you know who that might have been?
The one who turned Hope's Peak into a shelter and isolated us here.
The Prime Minister.
It could only have been the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy. He wanted to turn the school into a shelter to try and protect us. So now I'm wondering, since they started 2 years ago with the shelter thing, he must have somehow predicted what would happen. And how did he do that? That's my question now.
No, they didn't start 2 years ago with the shelter.
Huh?
They didn't start 2 years ago with the shelter.
Oh, they just were attending regularly and then later they turned it into a shelter?
Yeah, after the after the second year, during their second year.
Okay, alright.
Everything went to shit.
Hello Renji221, welcome to the stream. We're at the very tail end of Danganronpa. Thank you for joining us. To protect us from the despair and tragedy taking place outside. That's why he asked us to make that promise. To say that we were willing to live in the school forever.
We believe he had something like that in mind, yes. If you, the collective hope of a new generation, could survive, maybe the world could have a fresh start. Yeah, the headmaster put that much faith in you.
And because we had that same hope. That's why we all agreed to live here forever.
I don't know, Shades, that fake ending, they already had 3.
But creating the shelter was also his single biggest mistake.
Ooh, that's a nice picture.
Yeah, I was gonna send you that one, but I was like, nah, that's too spoiler.
That's really nice. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
I have a new wallpaper.
It's laughable, really. He was the headmaster, but he had no idea. He had no idea that we, the ultimate despair, had already made our way into the school.
That's Junko's hair, I think.
Huh?
No, that Chet says that Mukuro looks good with long hair.
Like, I think their hair is kind of like melting into each other.
Yeah. I think that's the thing they're going for.
So it was supposed to be a shelter to keep you safe. Became a cage that made it impossible for you to escape despair.
It is a very nice visual.
Mm-hmm.
I have to say, it really helped me out a lot. It saved me a ton of time.
ちなみにここの窓や出入り口を封鎖したのは
Oh, okay, they do
あなた方自身だったのです
bring it
よ
up.
By the way, it was you yourselves who blocked off the windows, the doors, and all the exits.
学園長先導のもとみんなでトンチンカンやったのです
Under the headmaster's direction, you all went about your work like obedient little sheep.
じゃあ俺らは自分たちの手で
You mean we trap ourselves in here?
そんでそれを忘れて勝手に騒いでたんだよ
And then you forgot all about it and started bitching about how you were trapped in here.
そのシェルター化が完了した後は僕ムクロの出番
Once you'd finished building your little shelter, it was time for me and Mukuro to get to work.
殺し合いが
And thus began the killing game.
わけだよ
私とムクロ姉さんはこの時のために2年も前から
Me and Mukuro had come here, spending the last 2 years waiting for that moment.
全てはこの殺し合い学園生活を
That moment where you all began killing each other served as the climax of our global despair plan.
そしてあなた方だけが絶望的事件を生き残ったのもこのクライマックスに参加してもらうためだったのです
And the only reason you survived the tragedy was so that you could be part of it.
この殺し合いをさせられるために私たちは生かされた
You only let us live so we could go around killing each other. Is that what you're saying?
こうしてそこまでして
Why? Why would you do that?
これがただの殺し合いじゃないか
Because this was so much more than a simple high school death match.
これはいわば残光狩り残った全ての希望を終わらせるため
Rather,
の殺し合い
it was a method to hunt down and destroy every last remaining speck of hope in the world.
どういう意味だよ
What are you saying?
外にはまだ少しだけ残ってるみたいなんだよね希望を捨てきれない
Well, it would seem that there's a little bit left out there. A few souls unwilling to give up hope.
だからそんな連中に見せつけてやろうと思う
So I thought I should show them,
そのために
which is why I...
何をしたんだと思う
Well, why don't you tell me?
What the mastermind did to show everyone in the outside world. That was... Oh. You're talking about you hijacking the airwaves, aren't you?
そういうことだね
Uh-huh. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
希望の象徴である希望が峰学園生の殺し合いを世間に見せつけ
To show the world the murders taking place at this school, which was meant to be a symbol of hope.
高校級の絶望の本当の目的つまり
That was the whole point of the ultimate despair. When I said climax, that was what I was talking about.
あなたたち希望が絶望に打ちひしがれ殺し合いする姿を見ることで
The world watched as you fell into despair and began to kill each other one after another.
絶望は伝染し残った希望も
Despair is as contagious as any disease. Any hope left turns to despair.
テレビの力ってすごいっすね
Isn't the power of television just amazing?
ちな
By the way, since we started broadcasting, a whole bunch of people have tried to come and rescue you. Are you serious?
校門に設置した重火器によってきれいに排除しておきました。
But utilizing the heavy weaponry I installed around the school grounds, I had no problem expelling them. You expelled them?
あなた方のおかげです。
I have to thank you all.
希望を捨てられないあまりに実力行使に及び
They were a relentless bunch, refusing to give up on hope and trying to force their beliefs on the world.
Pot meat kettle?
最後の絶望である死を与えることができました。
But in the end, I was able to give them the final despair. Death.
僕たちは利用してたってことか。外の人たちに絶望を与えるために。
So you just used us? To bring despair to everyone in the outside world?
でもさ、そのおかげで生きるチャンスをもらえたんだし、ギブアンドテイクってやつじゃない？
Well, sure, but I also gave you a second chance. Life, right? So it's like give and take.
Oh!
Give and take? You're so full of shit!
それとね、ここの全校生徒を
Makoto said it bad way.
生き残ってもらうメンバーにみんなを選んだ理由はね、
And there's a reason I chose you guys to survive when all the other students were dropping like flies.
2年間を一緒に過ごした思い出っていうか、やっぱ大切なクラスメートだし、
I mean, we built up 2 years of memories together. You were all my treasured classmates.
嘘です。黒幕がクラスメートだった方が謎が解けた時の絶望も
Sorry,
大きい
that's
と
a
思った
lie.
のです。
I just figured you'd despair even more when you found out a friend had betrayed you.
これが真実よ。あなたたちが欲していた真実なのよ。
And that's the truth! Which is what you wanted, right?
でしょ？
So, does it make you feel utterly lost and hopeless?
謎が解けて絶望したでしょ？
You solved the mystery but despair at the truth, right?
そう。あなたは謎が解かれる展開すら計算に入れて。
Don't tell me. Did you seriously count on the possibility that we would solve your mystery?
だとしたらどうする？
And if we did, then what?
この絶望的状況を作り出すことこそ最後の学級裁判を受けた
Our final desire for creating this world of despair was so we could experience one last class trial.
あえてあなたたち自身に謎を解かせ
If you were bold enough to solve the mystery, only to discover that the truth was utterly hopeless.
だとしたらどうするの？
How would you react? What would you do?
ほらね、真実が希望に満ちているとは限らないよね。
See, discovering the truth doesn't necessarily lead to a sense of hope.
絶望に満ちた真実だ。存在すんだ。
Truth can be full of despair too! Like right fucking now!
Truth? Full of despair? That's...
それにね、例の動機も本当は無意味なもの
Not to mention, all those motives I talked about were totally meaningless.
世界が終わった今となってはね。
I mean, with the world having ended and all.
無意味ってじゃあ
Meaningless?
私たちは
Then we...
そんな無意味なもののために今まで
We've been murdering each other. For nothing?
しかも自分たちで閉じ込められることを選んだのにそこから出るための
And
殺し合い
think
だ
about
った
it.
の。
You chose to lock yourselves up here and started murdering each other to get out. We weren't just random strangers either. We were classmates. We'd spent 2 years together. No. Even I can't laugh at that.
We get it! We get it, okay? You're totally awesome, right? We get it already! So help us! I'll do anything, just help me!
A peasant begging for his life. How delightful. We've never witnessed such a travesty firsthand.
So you'll help me?
But I'm sorry to say, begging doesn't work on me.
僕はただ純粋に絶望を求めている
All I want is despair, and there's no reason
そこ
for
に
it.
は一切の理由がないから対策もできない
And since there's no reason, there's no argument against it.
もできない
There's just no understanding it.
対策も理解もできない理不尽さ
No argument, no understanding. What better definition of ultimate despair could there be?
待てよ。さっきから好き放題言ってるけど。
Wait, hold on. You've just been going on about whatever you feel like, but...
そもそもお前の言葉が本当だなんて言い切れないはずだ。
But there's no real reason for us to believe anything you have to say.
はあ
Huh?
外の世界が滅びてるとか。僕は自分の目で見たわけじゃない。
You say the world's falling apart, but I haven't seen it for myself.
そんなの認めない。真実だなんて認められない。
So I don't acknowledge it. I don't accept it as the truth.
自分の目で確認するまでは真実と嘘は互いに重なり合った状態
Until you see it with your own eyes, truth and falsehood overlap one.
つまりシュレーディンガーの猫のような苗木ってそういう状態だというのですね
In other words, you're not unlike Schrodinger's cat, right? Is that what you're saying?
だからどうだというので
If
す
so, what then?
外に出て自分の目で確かめるまでは認めないとかいうつもり
Are you saying you won't accept the truth until you can go outside and self?
やめときなって滅びた世界に出たところでみんな
Well, you better not. You go out into that world and you're all goners for sure.
私は嘘なんか言ってないもん
Trust me, I'm not lying about any of this.
たとえ本当だったとしてもだ。
Well, even if it's all true.
お前なんかに貸したくない。お前なんかに負けたくない。
I refuse to give in. I refuse to lose to you.
みんなのためにもだ。
For the sake of everyone you've killed.
僕に殺された
Huh? Everyone I've killed?
何言ってんのお前らが勝手に殺し合った
What are you talking about? You're the ones who killed them.
私が殺したわけではありません私はあなた方の背中を軽く押しただけです
I didn't kill anyone. I simply gave you a little nudge in the right direction. Right direction.
その程度で殺し合うってことはあなたたちはどちらにしても争う生き
And
物
that's all it took for you to start killing each other. You're nothing but bloodthirsty animal.
I'm hearing a weird noise from someone.
I'm mute, so it can be me.
Maybe it's me. I don't know. What does it sound like?
Sounds like a washing machine.
Oh, that's not me.
And it ended. Okay.
Does that say everyone or anyone?
Anyone.
Okay. That's why anyone was murdered here, peasant.
Say what you want about hope, but we're all creatures of instinct, right? Despair comes naturally. Hell yes! That's funny as shit!
No! This isn't some game to us. It's murder, plain and simple.
私の記憶を奪って東京でちゃいてみんなを追い詰めて
You stole our memories, invented reasons for us to do it. You pushed us all into a corner. It's all your fault!
なるほど。お見事な責任転嫁だよ。それが苗木君の
You certainly have a talent for passing the buck, don't you? That must be your hope, huh?
でも、これ以上おしゃべりしている時間はないんだ。そろそろ終わらせないといけないか
But
ら。
we don't have much time left to keep up this banter. We have to draw things to a close soon.
終わらせる
What do you mean?
I'm talking about the vote, of course. You didn't forget about that little rule, did you?
ちなみにね、今回は最後の投票なので
Oh, and also, since this will be the last vote, I decided to change the rules.
Oh, nice.
At the last second, because, you know, she's been doing that all game.
What?
希望であるお前ら絶望である
You guys so full of hope. And me so full of despair.
Do you have a count for how many times you've said that?
I stopped.
Told you not to do it.
I just kept forgetting.
投票で選んでもらいます
I've decided to have you vote which one will be punished.
そこで1票でも希望のお仕置きを望む投票があれ
If even one of you votes to punish Hope, well then.
本当の勝ちとみなして希望側のお仕置きを
I'll consider that a win for me. And punish everyone on the side of Hope.
1票でもって
Even if it's just one person?
安心してもちろん僕は投票には参加しない
Oh, but don't worry. I won't be voting, of course.
それにしたっておめえに有利すぎだろ
Even if you don't, you've still got the upper hand in all this.
大丈夫だよ自分たちの処刑を選ぶなんて誰も
It's okay.
ないんだ
Nobody would actually vote to kill themselves, right?
ついでに言っておくね僕が勝った場合のお前ら
Oh,
の
let me just mention one more thing. When I win, to punish you guys,
この学園内で穏やかに緩やかに老衰してもらう
you'll have to stay here till you grow old and die. No fighting, no killing. That's your punishment.
What?
それって
Oh
つ
god.
まり
You mean with just
このままここで暮らせってこと
We'd have to just live here?
生き延びられるってことじゃん
She's saying she'll let us live.
それが気に入らないなら、私をお仕置きして外に出ていけばいいんです
If you're not happy with that, then go ahead and punish me. And make your way to the outside world.
滅びた世界、絶望だけが存在する外の世界ね。おそらくすぐに死ねると思います。
Enter a world fallen from grace where only despair exists. Where you'd likely be dead within a day.
どこからどうしたって言うんだ何を言われても僕たちは
What are you saying? So no matter what, we're doomed.
She just keeps adding more shit that comes to mind.
Yep.
Wait a sec! I just got hit with an inspiration bomb.
やっぱ老衰だけじゃつまんねえよな。それじゃ視聴者も納得しねえ。
Dying of old age is boring as shit, right? The audience at home isn't gonna dig that at all. So, here's what'll happen. One of you will get to experience an instant, super impressive punishment.
それって
What? You can't just...
誰か一人だけを処刑するということか
Do you mean to say you'll execute one of us?
そいつが誰かこっちで勝手に決めてやったぞ
And I get to decide who's gonna have to suck it down.
おめえだ
Makoto, you're up.
Me?
私楓君って嫌いだって反抗的なんだもん
Yeah, you've been acting up, causing all kinds of trouble. I hate you.
つまり皆さんには与えられた選択肢を2つ
So, let me make this clear. Everyone has two choices in front of them.
誰か一人でも希望のお仕置きを望む人がいれば
If a single person votes for hope, be punished.
苗木君だけが過酷なお仕置きを受け
Then only Makoto will receive a harsh punishment, and the rest of you will live here in peace.
だがもし全員一致で私様のお仕置きを望む
If, on the other hand, you desire to see us punished, then you must all leave this place.
確実に出て行ってもらいますそして外の世界で無残に死んでもらいます
I will force you out, ensuring you all die horrible deaths in the outside world.
つまり苗木を犠牲にすりゃおめえらは生き残れん
What I'm saying is, if you sacrifice Makoto, the rest of you will get to live out your lives.
Sacrifice me? But that's...
おや元気がなくなった
What? Has your resolve softened?
自信がない
Have you lost confidence? Are you afraid of being punished?
仲間を信用してないの
Don't you have faith in your friend?
違うそういうわけじゃ
No, that's not it.
ですが恐怖を覚えるのも当然です
It's okay. You're right to be afraid.
他の方々は私と争うことの無意味さに気づいてしまったようですからね
It would seem all those around you have realized the futility of going against me.
If they killed her, they would have no way out. I'm pretty sure she's probably the only one who can open up this place.
I also remember, like, she has a lot of weapons already. Like, remember what happened to Mokuro? She probably can do it again if anyone tries to attack her.
Guys,
すごくいい顔です
It's so
絶望に
beautiful.
装飾された
Your lovely faces, eroded by despair, have come together as one.
それにキリギリさんもさお父さんを裏切れない
Besides, Kyoko, you could never betray your father, could you?
What?
お前らに生き延びてもらうことだけが
I mean, the headmaster's only wish was that all of you survive, right?
だからこそこの学園の中に閉じ込めてまで
That's why he tried to trap you all here after all.
死んだお父さんの願いくらい叶えてあげなよ
The least you can do is try to honor your dead father's wishes.
That's low.
キリギリさん
Kyoko.
一人の絶望が命取りなんて
One person's despair is enough to seal your fate.
絶望的
Isn't that just the most hopeless outcome ever?
ねえねえ誰が絶望すると思う誰の絶望が苗木君を殺す
So who do you think's gonna give in? Whose despair is gonna sign your death's warrant?
絶望なんかしない
No one. Nobody's gonna give in to despair.
みんなお前なんかに負けないんだ
We're not gonna lose to you. I doubt it'd be that easy, Advo. I mean, first they would need to take all the time to figure out how that works. They don't know how many Monokumas there are, where they're stored. They don't know if the weaponry outside is automated and how to control that.
And also, you can't really see it in the game. But despite how she looks, she's not that easy to kill.
Yeah.
It's not really easy to get to her.
We're not going to lose to you.
つまんないの。最後まで強情なんだからさ。
So boring. Stubborn till the very end, huh?
まあいいや。じゃ、さっさと終わらせよっか。
Well, that's fine. Let's just hurry up and get it over with.
最後の投票。そこで全て終わりだよ。お前の臭い
It's time for the
希望
final vote. Everything will come to an end. Your stupid hope.
お前自身もな。
And your stupid life.
The final vote. This is it. The ultimate confrontation. I have to show everyone. I have to make them remember. I have to convince them not to give up. To live in despair. That's not really living at all. Alright. We won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up. If I were to die, that would be the end of Hope's Peak Academy. Dots.
Dots.
By the way, the air outside is totally polluted, you know? The only reason we're okay in here is thanks to the air purifiers in the physics lab. Dots.
Dots.
Oh, okay. I see where this is going.
Yeah,
If I die, the purifiers will screech to a bell. In other words, as soon as I die, the communal life you've all been living will come to an end. Dots.
Dots.
You will all have to leave. You will all have to go into a world outside where only death and despair are waiting. Dots.
All them dots.
So, what are you gonna do? Will you just die? Is that what you want?
And then the final dot. What?
Even Kyoko. There's no hope left in the world. When you sleep, it's on a bed of despair. Oh, that's Junko. Sorry.
There is no hope left in the world. When you sleep, it's on a bed of despair. The world is in despair. You are in despair.
Are you despair, Coco?
Nah. As I say, it just takes a chunk off my life. You claim there's no hope left in the world, but if despair is contagious, like you say, then so is hope. I'll use my own hope to plant seeds of hope inside everyone else.
They just used it 3 times in 2 sentences. Hey.
もし私が処刑さ
希
れたら
望
Kibo!
学園は終わりだから。
希望を作るよ
希望を失っちゃダメだ俺の占いだとやっぱここから出ない方が
All my fortune telling senses are telling me not to leave this place. Yeah!
でも生きることって前に進む
But to live means moving forward, right?
辛くても怖くても前に進むことだよな
So even if it's hard, even if we're scared, we don't have any choice, do we?
俺はまだ生きたいべ次の扉を開きたいべ
I want to keep on living. I want to open the next door. There must be something new waiting for me.
I'm not gonna lie, at this part of the game when I first played it, I started crying.
Aww.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
So that's why. That's why.
I probably would have a little if we weren't left playing this with all the jokes.
No matter what, I need to get out of here. The whole, the whole fortune telling thing doesn't matter anymore. What matters is my own gut feelings.
Yeah. Shut up, Junko.
I've decided to have faith in myself.
ちなみに外の世界は汚染されてるよ。ここが平気なのは物理質の空気清浄機のおかげ。
You notice how the sprites changed once everyone starts talking?
Oh, no, I wasn't. I was paying attention to the text.
ちょっと考えてみたんだ。
I've been thinking about all this,
この時
and I was thinking,
なんて
at
言
a
う
time like this, what would Sakura do?
Baby.
You only get stronger by taking adversity by the horns. Confront that thorny path with enthusiasm.
茨の道を進むとか
That sounds like something she'd say, right?
言うか
No,
絶対に言う
I
と
think that's definitely what she'd say. Which is why Yeah, I've made up my mind.
もし私が希望が見ればちなみに外ここが平気物理質の空気何言われたって私はもう決めたよ私
Say
が
whatever you want.
空
I've
気
made
清
my
浄機
decision.
のつまり私がこの学園での共同生活は終わりよ
希望を失っちゃダメだ。
I don't care either way. I'm fine with whichever one is more interesting.
実はこう見えてさ
Actually, I may not look like it, but I've always hated school. Hell, no matter how I look, I still hate it. Oh, but no matter what, Master has to come along with us. That part was like, oh, I love you.
もし私が処刑されたりした希望が見ればこうちなみにここが平気物理質の何言われたって私が死んだら空気清浄機がつまりこの学園での生きられる白衣様の愛が
I have my master's.
そしてお前絶望と死だけが存在する外の世界にね
希望を失っちゃダメだ。
What's the matter? You're not actually trying to encourage me, are you? Ridiculous. It's never even crossed my mind that I might give in to despair. But don't misunderstand me. I couldn't care in the slightest what happens to you. I only care about my stars. I just have to keep my word. I swore I would end the life of the mastermind. Besides, the Tokami family isn't dead, because I'm still alive.
俺の力で戸上家を再建させるまでだ。
So until I can restore the Togami family and bring it to greater glory than it's ever known.
僕たちは負けない。希望がある限り負けないんだ。
もし私が処刑されたりしたら希望が見えなくなる。俺のちなみに外の世界ここが平均物理数何分かって私が死んだらぶっつむ。
Oh, this is the theme playing?
Yep.
Ah, maybe that's why I got so emotional.
と死だけが存在する外の世界にね。
I already said I would claim the mastermind's life by whatever means necessary.
どうする気？死ぬの？死にたいの？
And
No!
my-
No! No! Oh god, go me!
That was hard.
I just got so caught up in the moment.
ここが平均物理数何分かって私が死んだらぶっつむ。この学園での
Imagine if it made you do the whole thing over again.
Oh no, I just shut down my computer. Not even turn anything off, just
And Kyoko. I didn't really know my father, so I can't pretend to know what he was thinking. Aw, she finally accepted it. But even if we're just connected by blood, there's one thing I am sure of. He would never want us to abandon Makoto and choose to stay here. I can't explain why exactly, but if I'm sure of anything, I'm sure of that. Just because we don't actually know anything, does that mean we can't understand? Could it be that? Kyoko, this is not the time. No, never mind.
それにね、ナイギ君。
So, Makoto,
あなたは幸運や不運なんかでこの学園に来たんじゃない
ugh, God.
I know what's coming, Jesus Christ.
I don't think you wound up at this school because you had good luck or bad luck.
あなたがこの学園に来たのにもっと別の理由があって
I think you came here for a different reason entirely.
超高校級の絶望を打ち破ろうとし
You came here to bring down the ultimate despair.
最後まで諦めずに絶望に立ち向かおうとするあなた
You came here to confront despair without ever giving up.
超高校級の希望そう呼ば
Ugh,
れ
and thus begins my ranting for the rest of the series. And if that's true, I think we would call you the ultimate hope. What do you think? I think you came here to be my waifu.